She didn't walk in like a boss. No heels, no security, no designer bag. Just a black woman in a hoodie, staring at the bracelet she designed. And the manager looked her up and down, smirked, and said, "That's $12,000. You sure you're in the right store?" He had no idea she owned the store. 7 minutes later, that same man was standing in front of security, HR, and half the staff, stuttering, sweating, and begging. And all she said, with her shades off and her CEO badge on the counter, "You're not just fired. You're the reason I built this company in the first place." It was supposed to be a normal Tuesday. Danielle Pierce woke up early, threw on a hoodie and jeans, slipped into her clean white sneakers, and left the mansion without a driver or assistant. No glam squad, no press. Just a quiet morning in Buckhead and a plan to check out the flagship store of her company. She hadn't been inside Pierce & Co. in over a month. She wanted to walk in like a regular customer, feel the energy, see how the staff treated people when they didn't know who was watching. The second she stepped inside, she felt it. Cold eyes, fake smiles, dismissive energy. Behind the counter stood Greg, early 40s, sharp blazer, smug face. White guy who looked like he just finished watching Wolf of Wall Street for the 20th time. Danielle stood in front of the main display case, right in front of her bracelet. The first piece she ever made. The one she designed in a cheap studio apartment back in South Fulton when she was still bartending nights. Greg looked up, scanned her clothes, and raised an eyebrow. "You lost?" he asked, not even bothering to fake politeness. She smiled gently. "No, just admiring this bracelet." He laughed under his breath. "That one's 12 grand. Just letting you know up front. We don't do payment plans. Not here." She didn't respond. She didn't need to. He looked at her again and said it louder. "If you're just browsing, I'll have to ask you to step aside. We've had thefts lately." That was it. Danielle took out her phone, tapped a contact, and whispered one sentence. "Send in the team." Exactly 4 minutes later, the glass doors opened and in walked 2 security officers in black suits. Calm, controlled, but not here to browse. They nodded once toward Danielle. Greg's posture shifted fast. "Wait, what's going on?" Then came Tiffany, 28, black, powerful walk, tablet in hand, Danielle's assistant. Behind her was Raoul from HR, looking like he'd been pulled straight from a meeting. Now everyone was watching. Greg started to panic. "Ma'am, I didn't mean any harm. I was just following policy." Danielle slowly removed her sunglasses, pulled back her hood, revealed the custom DP brooch every top executive wore at Pierce & Co. Then she placed her official CEO badge on the counter. Greg's face turned ghost white. You're her?" "I am her," she said. "Danielle Pierce, founder, CEO. And this entire building?" She pointed around the room. "It exists because of me." She didn't yell. She didn't curse. She didn't need to. "You judged me the moment I walked in," she said, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Not based on my words, not based on my intentions, but based on my skin and sneakers." Greg swallowed hard. "I didn't mean." "Yes, you did," she cut him off. "You just thought you'd never get called on it." She turned to Raoul. "Terminate his employment. Today." Greg stepped forward, panicked. "Please, Danielle, I have a daughter in college. I need this job." She paused. You could tell she felt that. Not as a boss, but as a human. But then she said something that dropped the room's temperature by 10 degrees. "You need to teach your daughter not to judge people by their appearance. That starts with you, owning your mistakes." She picked up her ID, turned around, and walked out, without buying a damn thing. By the next morning, the footage had gone viral. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, everywhere. Hashtag CEO in sneakers. Hashtag Pierce in power. Hashtag she fired him. People didn't just see a black woman in charge. They saw a woman who kept her dignity while correcting a deep wrong. And she didn't shout, she didn't belittle, she just showed the truth. Sales doubled by Friday. Customers flooded the Buckhead store. But Danielle stayed quiet. No press tour, no statement. She'd said everything she needed to. Until Monday morning, when an envelope showed up at HQ. It was handwritten, in neat, blue ink. Dear Miss Danielle, my name is Emily. I'm Greg's daughter. He told me everything. He said he deserved what happened. He said he was wrong and that he didn't see you. Really see you. I just want you to know, I'm proud of you, and I'm proud that my dad is learning from you. I hope one day I can work for a woman like you. Danielle read it twice. Then she sat at her desk. And for tea. She cried, not because of anger, but because of hope.